All right. Do we all have beverages? We ready to go?
I'm set.
I suppose.
Then this is RavenKast episode 8, recorded on Friday, December 21st, 2012.
Everybody online, looking good.
Podcast on the Guild Wars 2 experiences, opinions, and observations by the guild members of Ravenkin. This is RavenKast.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
How do you say your name? I just call you Ak. Is it Akazar?
The Kaizahar.
Akazahar.
Hey, Slurms, what do you think of whenever someone says Ak? Do you think of anything?
I think of Mars Attacks. Ak.
Well, that's close. I think of Ak.
What do you think of?
Ak.
What is that?
That's from One Crazy Summer.
Oh, shit. I was like, where have I heard that name? Okay, yep. Need to watch that again. Speaking of, before we get into Ak, speaking of movies, Jason, you've seen Willow, right?
Oh, I'm going to hear about this.
Long time ago.
Shannon's never seen Willow.
I've never seen Willow.
Fail.
Yeah, I learned weird stuff about her. It was about a year ago. We've been together for a long time. She had never seen Predator.
Trying to remember back to Willow. Do you think that'd be a movie up her alley? I think it would.
Does it hold up?
That's what I told her. It's like, I don't know if it holds up because it's been a while since I've seen it. But it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I want to see it again. I mean, I haven't seen
There's
it.
some cool shit because she was wearing a helmet or a headpiece in Guild Wars 2. Remember what the name of it is, Zelly?
It's the crafted shadow helm.
Okay, that looks like the
light crafted shadow helm.
Looks like the skull, and it looks like that big dude that wears the all black armor with the skull helmet. It kind of looks like that. And I was like, looks like that dude from Willow. She's like, I don't know what that is. Like, oh,
it's almost like if you like, I wonder watching it like they were trying to make Hobbit or something back then.
I don't know. I think they were like, here's our
take on it.
Our take on the Hobbit. But I liked that. I totally, that was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
Violating copyright laws.
Yeah, pretty much. But there was some cool ass shit in that movie. That dude
he's the Hibbit.
Huh? Yeah, he's the Hibbit. That dude, especially the guy that had that mask, looked so badass. Like he totally set the standard of like what all badass knights should look like because he wore all black. He had that skull mask, and his sword had like that serrated edge on it. He just looked rad.
They have Val Kilmer playing Aragorn.
Yeah, exactly.
And now that I think about it, that's probably the first time I saw that style of knight armor and stuff. Yeah. Now everybody does it.
Yeah. But anyways, go see Willow.
I'll work on it.
Theaters.
Warwick Davis, people.
Huh. Well, on the show today we have Ab.
We have Warwick Davis. Oh, hey.
He can't reach the mic, so he won't be talking much.
Oh, that's awful. Akai Zahar.
What up?
And Slurms.
Hey.
And I'm Zelly. Well, we're all not watching Willow, but we're gonna. But what you been doing this week, Ab? And what is your beverage this evening?
I have a Dragon's Milk beer, which is alcohol 10%. This is not a drill. It's real.
Who makes that?
I've had it before.
Dragons.
Holland Brewing, High Gravity Series.
Dragons and cows.
Bourbon Barrel Stout. So I might be on the floor. I finally hit level 60.
Shut up.
Yeah, so I'm moving on up. That's all I've been doing. I've been doing story and PvE. I did a little bit of PvP. I want to do more now than I've been.
Structured or WW?
WW. But no, I've been looking for areas that I've missed and trying to go back and filling those out. Still continues to be a lot of fun. I said, I'm sorry, it's boring. I've played more this past week than I've been able to in a while, and it feels good.
I don't want to talk about Willow anymore.
It's not streaming on Netflix. No.
They want you to buy that shit.
But there is the man from Butt Willow that showed up. The Old West gets animated in the action-packed adventures of Justin Eagle, a U.S. undercover agent who also runs a thriving ranch. It is not. The user ratings, not good. I'm sorry.
It's interesting plot device.
All right.
Oh, it's from Buttonwillow.
he's not gonna
I'm
show.
sorry. I thought it was Buttwillow.
And Ack, welcome to the podcast. For those who don't know, Ack is our guild leader. Your title technically is Imperator?
Yep.
Leader of the group. It was a rank established by the Norse when they began to grow, and they needed a leader title, correct?
Yeah, basically what happened when one of our members, Azuri, he's kind of a Norse scholar, so he said that it's basically the early Norse didn't have any leader title at all. They were just, bands, and they kind of had like warlord type people, but they didn't really have a title for it. And then later on, like 9th century-ish, they decided they needed leaders because they were getting bigger and bigger, so they came up with this Imperator title, so that's why we call the guild leader Imperator.
Do you have a beverage this evening?
Yes, I do. Leinenkugel's Snowdrift Vanilla Porter.
I do enjoy that.
It's very nice.
That's good.
That's a good one. We've had that.
Have we?
Yeah.
Like it?
You liked it.
Oh,
yeah.
good. I'm glad you have that. Though.
It's very nice. It's not like other vanilla beers where it's just a blast of vanilla and it just too sweet. It's just got a little hint of vanilla. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't like sweet beers, so I like that when it has like more of an aroma.
I'm sweet enough.
Let's see. Ack, what you been doing in game this week?
I
mean, your classes, you've got like how many 80s?
I got 2 80s, a warrior, and a necro. The necro is my main.
Yeah.
And I use that usually for dungeons and other things. So I've been playing on him quite a bit this week because we've been doing the Winter's Day events. But I've also leveled up a thief up to 70 now, so he's getting up there. I'm going to use him for our WVW thief group that we're going to run around with. So
I'm
that should be
excited
fun.
about that.
And I'm probably going dagger sword with him because we're trying to get a diverse group so that we can have some control and things like that.
I want to do that. I have a level 10 thief. Could I just jump in with that?
Yep, anytime you want. We had, as a matter of fact, last guild event in World vs. World. We had a small group. We had a 3-person thief group. And it was me, Anthony, and Ike. And Ike was a level 4 thief. And he actually leveled to level 7 during our time. But he was ripping it up just like the rest of us were, because when you get bumped up to 80, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't as effective as an 80 thief would be, but he was still in the fight, so.
Just putting out damage.
Yep.
Is that going to be like a weekly event or like just like a scheduled thing?
It looks like we're going to have a thief like practice night where we're going to go out just as our thief group and run around WW and kind of practice some of our strategies and whatnot.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That's a complicated class.
Right. So we're going to try and figure out who's got the strengths for different types of weapon sets and whatnot. And then we'll also go out on the guild World versus World nights and be basically support thieves, whatever they want us to do to take down targets or whatever. Like, for instance, the other night when we had our 3-person thief group, we were basically targeting any mesmers we could find, so they weren't putting up portals and whatnot.
That's right.
I think the total we took down was probably 4 or 5 before they could get their portals up. We missed a couple, but that was a huge fight at the end there. But basically, Anthony was calling out targets, and then we would just descend on them and take them out in 5 seconds. So
that's pretty
it was a
rad.
blast.
That's awesome.
Those slippery bastards.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Hell out of there.
do not want to encourage any of our enemy realms, though, to target mesmers.
This means
So-
you, Blackgate.
Yeah.
Not as
Blackgate, Alleganther, leave me alone.
Just stand still. Their vision's based on movement.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll probably get into Winter's Day junk later. Is there anything else you did this week that was like out of the realm of Winter's Day or that you
no,
want to talk about?
it was a lot of winter. I was pretty busy at work this week. Usually before, if you don't know, I'm in IT. I do desk side support, but we're part of the global IT team at my job, and we've got a bunch of projects and stuff that they wanted to get done before the end of the year and whatnot. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
So it's been really busy at work, so I get home and I'm just like exhausted. So I logged on maybe 1 or 2 hours a night this week. But I'm off on Monday and Tuesday, and then also next week, or the following week, Monday and Tuesday. So
Yeah, I'm off until the 7th.
I'm off until the 2nd.
I hate all of you.
All right, Slurms, how you doing?
That's me.
Hi.
I'm doing good.
Do you have a beverage this evening, sir?
I do. You can probably guess what it is.
Is it Di Serrano on the rocks?
Is it Diet Shasta Orange?
I knew he was going to go nuts. Ack, you've been introduced. It is all downhill from here.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
So, Slurms, what's your level? What you been playing? And are you still with the Ranger?
I am still playing the Ranger. I'm still digging him. I'm probably, now that the most of the Winter's Day stuff is behind, I'm looking at changing his spec. If anybody out there who plays a Ranger has a suggestion, feel free to drop us a line. It's info.ravenkin@gmail.com.
Are you sure?
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, well then,
You
I
sounded
wasn't.
like you were questioning.
I was for like, oh God, what is it? But no, I am thinking about switching his setup. Currently, I'm doing mostly melee, like sword warhorn and great sword, using a lot of traps. So throw out suggestions if you got them. I'm looking. But yeah, I'm still playing him. I think I might just try to take him to 80.
Cool.
What do you want to do with him? Like, you like melee, you don't like the ranged, or
I like that's always, I think that's been my, ever since I first started playing the Ranger, that's been my problem with him. But that's also the reason why I still enjoy him now that I'm back with him, is that him so far above every other class that I've played in the game, I love every single weapon that the Ranger has. I can't say that for any other class that I've played so far. So
yeah, I think every class I've played, there's always been the 2 or 3 weapons where you're just like, there's maybe one thing to use them for, and that's it. But
like Guardian was close, but there was even like, I like certain things the staff could do for utility, but I didn't really love it. I didn't really love the Scepter. Everything else pretty much I dug. But no, Ranger, every single one, it's like I have a really, really hard time choosing what I want to do with him.
That's how I feel about
Because
the
I enjoy-
Elementalist.
Right, I could totally see I'm glad I have not played an Elementalist, because I would probably fall into the same trap because there's so much variety there. But yeah, I don't know. I like playing him, so I'm really not sure what I want to do eventually with him, but I'm not too worried about it until I get to 80, I guess. Right now, I've just been really just enjoying the hell out of the Winter's Day stuff. Yeah, that's it. So we should probably talk about Winter's Day stuff.
Or we could ask Zelly what she's playing.
We don't really care because
You're such a dick.
she plays a Mesmer.
She's been playing Cook Me Dinner.
I think
But
she
no,
played
she
Cook
hasn't.
her dinner tonight.
Oh, I had such a good dinner tonight.
What was it?
It was a steak. It was a beautiful, beautiful steak. I didn't have any side dishes or anything with it. Just a steak. Perfectly pan-seared.
5
Rare.
pounds.
So gorgeous.
what
And
size with your steak?
my tummy hurts. Because I haven't eaten that much, meat in a while. But anyway. My beverage tonight, since you all ask.
So Zelly, what you drinking?
I have Lion Stout. It is imported from Sri Lanka.
Yeah? Or is it imported from Tyria and it's Lion Guard Stout?
Aha, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, that's why I got it.
I get it.
Yeah.
It was a stretch.
-1 for that comment.
It says here that it has an extraordinary chocolatey mocha character signed by Michael Jackson, the beer hunter. But there's a photo
No,
on
it's
the
the same
back.
guy.
This doesn't look like
He
the
was out there
Michael
tearing
Jackson
ass.
I'm familiar with. So I think there might be 2 Michael Jacksons out there.
No, same one.
Well, it makes a hell of a beer.
Different kind of jungle
1881.
fever.
Yeah. This week, mostly just totally engrossed in Winter's Day. My Mesmer is 76 right now. Popped into the holiday dungeons a little bit, and I'm absolutely addicted to the Bell Choir event. I love
Pretty
it
good.
so much. I can't hit 600, but I get 580s, around that range. But
Yeah, like the night that she was ignoring all of us in Mumble because she was playing the stupid bell choir.
yeah. I think I even turned it off Mumble. I was like, gotta concentrate. I don't know. I love it. I tried doing it at work, though, on my lunch break, and the lag there is so bad that it was a struggle to get a 200 score. But
On my lunch break, quote unquote.
on my lunch break. Only on my lunch break.
8 to 5.
I'm finding I know WW is the quickest place to get your dailies done, but usually, like, when I'm just running around goofing off, like, at the end of the night, I'll check my daily, total there, and it's like, oh, I got, like, 2 more things I need to do. I always just pop into Queensdale. I can knock it out real quick. There's always events going in Queensdale. I never have a problem. What do you guys do when you, like, you're getting ready to log, but you kind of notice, like, oh, I only have to hit, like, one more thing? Like,
I haven't even been looking.
Oh, really?
No. I don't know why, because for a while there, it's rewarding. I should do it, but like maybe it is because of the Winter's Day stuff that I've been so engrossed in just completing that even if I've been close for like my actual daily, I just kind of go, I'm spent with all this stuff. I'm good. So maybe I'll get back into doing it after the Winter's Day.
I found a good spot in Wayfarer Foothills. There's between 2 different waypoints. If you get there, if you time it right, there's one place that does 3 events in a row. And then the other place does a couple different events. So if I'm short on events or I'm short on, variety of kills or whatever, I'll run over to that area. And I pretty much know where all the harvesting nodes are, where all the different mobs are. So that's where I go when I'm close and I just want to bang it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those karma jugs are just too hard to pass up.
So Winter's Day Dungeons, been fortunate enough to have some people in the guild kindly let me tag along. Ack was with you a couple times, Slurms. Ab, he went around on the dungeon. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was really cool. I want to do some more.
Yeah, you got till the 2nd.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the dungeon?
I liked it. I'm glad they changed it up every day, but I kind of wish that it would have been changed up a little more. But because after doing it for 5 days in a row, it was But doing it once a night was plenty. I had the first couple nights I was doing it multiple times, which is a mistake on my part. I should have just done it like once a night and been it, because I probably would have had a different opinion on it.
Yeah, I liked it as well, and I agree with Slurms because it got old after the couple days of doing it. But I think
only done it once, so
yeah, I think they had the right idea with mixing in. You can have random type of things that spawn. You're fighting dolls or you're fighting whatever, and then the next thing is just random. But I think where they made the mistake is they didn't make different areas for each day. It was always in the same workshop, and that got really old.
One thing I was really impressed by it was it had a nice difficulty balance. I thought was a complete cakewalk, but it wasn't too difficult. We were wiping over and over. We never wiped at all, but we had people go down.
Well, that's because you played it was my first time going. It was someone else's first time going. When we went with you. When I went, the last time I went was with Uriel and Ack, and who else was with us? Slurms, were you with us?
I might have been.
I think Ike was with us, yeah.
And Ike. That was because we had all done it.
You were with a bunch of big damn heroes.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And me.
And
Slurms tagged along.
But
the key with those, though, is if you get separated from the group and you're doing stuff on your own, you're more likely, even I've done it a couple times where I get stuck on my own, even on my Necro, which has the highest survivability of any character I've got. And I went down a couple times because I was stupid and was trying to do something on my own, and I wasn't in the
I'll take these guys.
vicinity of the group. Yeah, exactly. And they just spawn and spawn and spawn, and you're just overwhelmed. There's just no way to deal with it.
Yeah, but even
that happens a lot when you're doing pugs. There's a couple times I did pugs because people weren't on, and those can be a mess.
Really?
Yeah.
I was feeling confident enough after the last 2 runs I did were so easy. Well, Uriel was with us. They were so easy that I kind of was getting a little confident. And I have not pugged yet in this game, and I was almost debating going for a pug.
I did it twice. The first night of the event, I did it with a pug, and it was pretty horrendous. It took forever. It's not. It's and it's one of those things that there's a waypoint right in there, so it's not like you're gonna really fail because you can keep going back and finish it off. But it's just it takes so much longer
when you don't get those waves knocked down. Yeah, and those points controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Well, plus working with the guild, you start learning how people play, and like when you're with Uriel, just to stick by him because he's going to be knocking stuff back, and
Yeah.
throw heals and whatever. You just learn people's playstyle. That's one of the reasons we created a dungeon run weekly, so we can not only get together with people and do dungeons, but start mixing up the group so people can learn each other's playstyles and whatever. Like you were mentioning, Slurms, that dungeon should take like a half hour. But if you're with a new group who hasn't done it before with the pug, it takes forever because nobody is coordinated.
Yeah. People keep dying because they run off on their own, like you were talking about. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely.
But overall, it was fun.
Yeah. But you kind of were a little more obsessed with the jumping puzzle even more so than the dungeon, right?
Yeah. I like the jumping puzzles in the game anyways.
I like them, but I can't do them. I try so hard. How many times...
While everyone else was like, when people were raging at the clock tower for the Halloween event, I was laughing. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I didn't do well at it, just like anybody else. It took me 2 hours one night to get it done once, but it was still, to me, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This one was substantially easier than the clock tower. I've done it at least once every night of the event. Like even right before the podcast, I jumped in.
Were you finished it?
Yeah,
Cool.
I have finished it at least once every night of the event.
What was the thing they were talking about where you go into an instance with like a few other people and you got to wait for them to finish it or something?
Yeah, the way it works is you have X amount of people in the jumping puzzle with you, and the mechanics of it are set up in a way that it will start up, and there are certain platforms that you jump to that will disappear. They won't stay up there, so it's kind of a one-shot deal every time. And the longer the people that were in your group are out there still working towards the end, the longer it's going to take for it to reset. Basically, every time somebody falls, you'll see the bar tick up a little bit. And then
gotcha.
either they get all the way there and they finish it, and then they're off, and then somebody else pops in, or everybody falls and then it fills up the bar and it starts over again. But because of people have complained about that, which I guess I see the point when you compare it to the clock tower. The clock tower, there was less to it, and it was a much faster paced jumping puzzle. People complained about how maddening it was because you're constantly going at it. So I think maybe partly because of that is the way they designed this one. They tailored it back. You don't have to be constantly moving. You have to kind of be constantly moving, but you can kind of pace yourself a little bit more. But because
aren't you dying like the entire time you like as soon as you start dying?
Yeah, you do slowly lose life, but I've never, even the couple times that I've taken it really slow, I've had like 500-600 life left. I've had plenty of time. I think if you're really dicking around at the end, you'll die. But either you're not going to get there because the platforms will go away and you won't be able to make it, or you don't quite make it at the end and the time ticks away. But I mean, you really got to be going kind of slow in order to die that way.
I think the biggest deterrent I have with these type of jumping puzzles, and I don't think it's anything they can change, nor should they really, but as soon as I die, I want to just start going again.
And that's the way the clock tower was, but
No, it wasn't. The clock tower, you still had to wait until...
You had to wait, but there was barely any wait time.
Well, it depends on when you fell off. Trust me, I waited.
The one night I tried doing this one, I fell, and then that cooldown meter showed me it was going to be a while, and I didn't have the patience for it.
The only way that they could get around it is if every single person was instanced.
Yeah, which I can see why they don't want to do that, because it's kind of cool starting off with people and seeing who falls off and who makes it to the end.
Actually, sometimes they're watching someone else's pathing helps.
Exactly.
I get that.
That helps immensely. And like when I did it tonight while I was chatting with Zelly, it was kind of funny to see that there was two people ahead of me who you could tell were just booking it as fast as they could, and both of them jumped to this one platform and both fell at the same time. And then I kept like the tortoise past the hare, if you would.
But you know how to do it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make it to the presents that start exploding.
Yeah.
And I always choose poorly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the
I don't know.
one I'm on explodes every time. I'm like, ah.
See, I've never had a problem with that part. I always kind of tend to stick to the right side of them.
Uh-huh.
Like when I get to that large piece of peppermint candy to go to the present platform, I kind of just angle myself to the right and then hit the very right side of it and then just go straight up.
Yeah.
I've not had a problem with it that way. But then the one that's got me once, and then I've since learned the snowman that blows. That had right after those presents, there's this big snowman to the right side.
I'll trust you on
He'll
that.
blow a gust of wind, and if you don't wait for his gust of wind to stop, it'll blow you off the platform.
Oh,
So
nice. Did you do the structured PvP snowball match?
I did.
I did once, and it was really fun.
It's tons of fun.
Yeah, that was a really good PvP. And I don't do structured PvP, but I do them for holiday events. I don't know why.
Where do you start that? I've never done that one.
You go right there in the Mystic Forge in Lion's Arch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Is it those guys with the flags that are like
Yep.
calling everybody to come over to them or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, the snowball fight was awesome.
That's really good. Getting the achievements for it was grueling at times.
That's what I was wondering. I did a bunch of matches. You know, we won. It ended. You don't get anything for it.
Yes, you do. You have to look at your achievements, and there's like specific things you have to do.
Yeah, I got to pay more attention to that.
You have
Support class, so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. You have to capture the presents. I can't remember if it was 10 times. I think it was 10 times. And then you have to kill someone carrying the present 10 times.
So it's like capture the flag, basically.
It is.
Yeah. I never picked up a present when I went. I just protected people who had presents and then blasted the bejesus.
Yeah, that's all I've done.
Yeah, that were messing with
Support was fun. The scout was also very fun. That I actually got all of my captures by playing the scout. And I think most of my kills from it too, because the one ability, which is a motherfucker, was it's like a charge shot. It's basically a snipe shot. You sit there and hold back on the button and watch a meter fill up. And if you let it fill up most of the way, when you let go, it's almost a one-shot kill. It was, it is a mofo.
Nice.
So.
And I'm loving like how their stuff, like even if you don't go into these instance things, there's like random gifts in PvE out in WW. Candy canes falling from siege, like blasts and stuff in WW. Did you guys notice that? Like little bits of candy cane or the debris when they hit the ground.
I haven't seen that yet, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the hard part for me though is being out in WW and ignoring the presents. Like every time I see a present, I have to go open it. Like
I want to go to there.
yeah, and
There's
it's
shit
hard
going on over here.
It's like,
but
but there's a present. I need to get the present. I need to get the act. Like you said something one time. You're like, Zelly, we're over here, and I'm like, but the present's over here.
It could be Nintendo 64.
It could be anything.
I think that's every Guild Dub VDub event. We're like, Zelly, come on.
Focus.
But it's pretty okay.
they wouldn't put this ore out here if they didn't want it mined.
Yeah. Oh. I'm obsessed with store items. I didn't buy the outfit. I decided not to. I like it a lot, but I really am not a fan of town clothes. I would like to wear that like out, you know.
They're too easy to forget about.
But why can't I fight in it, you know? Why can't I skin it?
Yeah, I think I've been in town clothes like twice since the game started, and for about 5 seconds.
So I didn't bother
Just
with
so you can
it.
say, oh yeah, this is town clothes.
Yeah, but I mean, you can use those weapon skins.
Yeah, I got
I thought those were lame as hell. I don't like any of them.
Oh, I love my staff. I love my pretty princess wand. I got my bell focus. I like the bell. I think that's cool. What else did I get?
I like my sword and dagger.
I like this. I want to get the sword too. I like that one.
I like the toy staff I got.
The staff ones I
like from the
a
Christmas
lot.
part.
Yeah. I haven't seen the candy cane hammer yet. I want to see it.
See, I wasn't impressed with that one.
It's not as cool as I'm thinking it's going to be.
No,
it's just a big candy cane.
Yeah, it's just pretty plain.
It'd be cool. It would actually, the one thing I think would make it somewhat cooler is currently it's very thin looking. I think if they just made it really thick looking, it would look a lot better.
Giant candy cane that you're smashing
just
people with.
really, really thick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like a candy cane with some girth. Yeah.
So when you like hit somebody with, you'd be like, spit on it. No?
Whoa!
What happened there? But I will agree, like, I was, I'm not as impressed, like, with the dagger and the sword and, items, but...
I like how you flustered Zelly enough where she's like, I'm trying to come up with
I gotta
topics.
get back into this.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot candy cane.
And,
Wide, 10-inch wide, 10-foot wide.
the minis, I still want to do the dungeon because I want... Oh, big news. I got my Endless Princess Doll tonic. I still want to do the dungeons because I want to get the Princess Doll pet because I got the Endless Princess Doll tonic. So I want to have my little Princess Doll following me as I run around as a Princess Doll. Now that I think is...
dolls.
Huh?
The faceless dolls.
Oh, and she does that cool badass dance. Na 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 na. She's awesome.
It'd be better if she had like one eye that was open and one eye that never opened.
Ew.
Or one that's like hanging out by a thread.
Yeah, I just turned around 360 degrees.
And this isn't the Halloween event. And I want the Griffin pet, and then after that I don't care. But I want to farm for those 2 pets, and then I'm done.
Well, speaking of the griffins, those things are bitches to fight when they gang up on.
Those are, and they're so cute. I hate killing them. It's like, oh,
They're jingling.
Zelly was trying to stop us from killing them because they're so cute.
And let's see.
Speaking of the Halloween event, though, they should take these toys and actually rework them so they look all undead and zombie-ish for the Halloween event.
That would be neat. So they kind of carry over.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or just add new ones that are basically versions of these that have been, like the toys that time forgot.
Yeah.
Island of Misfit Toys.
Yeah. So if you want a tonic and a pet, what you can do before you actually, put your pet together, take your pet and go to the Mystic Forge. The skin for it. What is it called? Is it the skin? You know what I mean, right? The pattern.
Foreskin?
When you get the pattern,
Very, very good.
Are you guys here? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this real life?
Do you know when you get the pattern for your pet, like either the doll or okay? If you take the pattern, you put it in the Mystic Forge, and I think it's like 50 stuffing, 50 glue, and 1 glittering dust. You'll get back 3 tonics that will turn you into that pet, and you'll get your skin back. So then you can still make your pet, and you'll get the, you know what I mean, and you'll get the tonics too. Mm-hmm. So
and then you have a chance for the endless tonic, right?
And but if you get the endless tonic, it burns your skin, but it's worth it.
But it's an endless of whatever skin you put in, right?
Yeah. Right. So, and that's what I did to get the doll ones. That's why I need to farm the doll.
How many did you go through to get that?
I got it on my 4th try, and I was reading. I found, obviously I didn't discover that. I found it on Reddit, and a lot of people were posting they got it like on the 2nd or 3rd try. So I don't think it's not hard to get the endless. You just kind of like now I have to kind of farm for some more glue because I used it all up. But no big there,
That's tempting to do.
We have till the 2nd to get it done, and I'm sure I'll have extras by then.
Because I want to run around as a princess doll saying, I'm a pretty girl.
I'll run around with you.
I'm a pretty girl.
And
then you start crying. I'm a pretty girl.
You can do. I'm Mrs.
Why
Nesbit.
won't you love me?
Did you say I'm Mrs. Nesbit?
I just want to
I'm
feel
Mrs.
something.
Nesbit. So you can synchronize the doll dance.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do that. That could be us. So yeah, the minis and all that I'm obsessed with. I have been trying to get, as everybody in the world has, the Unbreakable Choir Bell. And I saw like a little interview. MMORPG.com did a YouTube video with the guys that did the holiday event specifically for the Winter's Day. For Guild Wars 2, and they were saying something about how, it's really rare, it's really hard to get, but also the other side of it is, do you really want the Unbreakable Choir Bell easy to obtain? I mean, do you want every Yahoo on your server with a bell that can never go away?
Or even every Google?
So they made a very, very good point there. Sometimes it's good to have rare items out there.
So you want to be one of those yahoos, is what you're saying?
I do. I do. I even found this post that print out like all of the little songs you can do with the choir bells. And the recipes, I got a couple. I'm not really sure if they're awesome or not, but some people say they're kind of cool. So I'm hanging on to them. There is a rumor that someone bought all the Unbreakable choir bells to corner the market and drive up the price. There's a link on Reddit for that. And yes, all Winter's Day gifts have an equal chance to drop the Unbreakable bell and Endless Tonic.
Because everything on Reddit is true.
No, they linked it to the... The gifts having an equal chance to drop those items is true. That links to a dev post. But the rumor,
about the choir bells.
yeah, I don't know. It's really rare. I mean, I think it's like a 0.01% chance that people are kind of figuring out that this thing drops. So sometimes things are just hard to get. Let's see. Is there anything from the event you guys have been wanting that...
The other thing to mention, too, that Uriel brought up today was ArenaNet has said that all of the gifts have the same chance of dropping the rare stuff. The only thing different with the small, medium, large, or whatever is that they drop the different tiers of crafting materials. Other than that, the choir bell, all those rare things, it doesn't matter what it is, which would have been nice to know, because when you finish the dungeon, it says, do you want 5 small ones or 1 giant one? You know, I always pick the giant one because I thought I had a better chance.
Yeah. And actually, like, the middle grade, like, snowflakes now, because people weren't picking them, like, are kind of expensive on the auction. Oh, now they'll probably plummet in price now that people are starting to figure that stuff out. But, yeah, for a while there, it was odd because... the large and medium type of snowflakes were really hard to get because no one was opening those gifts. Unless they just happened to loot one. Server community stuff. We were with Blackgate, Isle of Janther, and Sanctum Overall. I think we came in second again this week. If I am correct.
I don't know. I didn't check it before I came in.
You don't even care. You're like, Winter's Day!
Yeah, pretty much.
Jump puzzle.
Well, when you fight the same... servers for a month, it's like we're gonna be second place again, big deal.
Yeah. Rumor has it though that Tarnished Coast may be coming in. I don't know. I can't log into
I'll go. I'll do it.
Yeah, thank you. See what happened there. Uriel was saying that he thought maybe Isle of Janther was going to drop and Tarnished Coast was going to move up this week.
This just in.
Yes, sir.
The World versus World pairings for this week, for at least in our consideration, is Blackgate, Sanctum of Rawl, and Tarnished Coast.
Tarnished Coast?
Yep.
Wow.
Currently, we are 50 points behind Tarnished Coast.
Shut up.
Well,
yeah,
it's about an hour in. So.
Oh, okay.
That's how we're always third place, just getting into it, and then we pull ahead.
That's what I do, my move.
Do we have friends on Tarnished Coast?
We do have friends on Tarnished Coast. They're in the guild.
Nice. This DiSerono is so good.
Best thing about Willow is how willowy it was. Some willow-ass Willow.
The best part is we can just keep interrupting her, and she's not within arm's reach of us.
And that witch was like changing into a rat, and she was all like, "Widow."
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
George Lucas produced that, right?
I think so.
I think he might have wrote it.
Which means he's going to do a remake, and it's going to suck.
Instead of no, it's going to be Willow. No? Sorry. Anyways, we have friends on Tarnished Coast.
We do have friends on Tarnished Coast. They are in the guild Aim to Misbehave. Great people. And we've kind of been co-guilded with them, some of us, Slurms and Ab and I, at least, have been in previous other MMOs. And actually named their guild. So anyway, hello to Ras and Maeve, and look forward to seeing you out in WW, because I know they kind of live out there. Hopefully we kill you.
I've been waiting to kill Maeve for so long.
Now's our chance.
So we had a Winter's Day guild party, to switch topics, and how did that go?
I thought it went great.
Is it alright? I think it kind of sucked. But
some people showed up.
A lot of people showed up.
Why do you think it sucked?
Because I was staring at the mail screen.
That's what she does.
Until
she talks it down. She worries too much.
No, I had gathered all these presents for people who participated, and the mail system in Guild Wars 2 is such that after you send out a couple mails, then it thinks you're spamming, so it makes you wait, even if the people are in your guild, even if they're on your friends list. Like, there's no like, I don't know, leeway in the system. Like, it just shuts you down, and you have to wait a certain amount of time. So I was sending out gifts to people who participated till, I want to say it was like 10:30 or 11. It was ridiculous.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are partying with the guild keg, and
Yeah, apparently there was a guild keg, and there was a buffet, and there was snowball fights, and then people went off and did you do dungeons or WW or something after that? Like some groups?
There was actually, 2 groups that went and did a dungeon, or one group that went and did a dungeon, one did WW, so we had a couple of groups split off.
That sounds like fun.
But the snowball fighting in the middle of the meeting, that was pretty fun, actually.
I changed into a bunch of Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah, because I sent out some tonics, too, to people.
And then he had the Christmas light seizure.
Yeah, that was good.
Because you passed out at the keg?
I was a bunch of drunk Christmas lights.
Nice. Well, it does sound fun. What a success. It was really good that you decided to have a meeting so that people were kind of had something to listen to.
Preoccupied.
Yeah, because I was like, it would have been really bad if I was just sitting there sending out mail while everyone stood around. But and we had a guild gift, like Secret Santa type of thing, where people exchanged gifts, and that went off pretty good, I think. I hadn't heard of anyone who forgot their person, so.
But that's what I like about our guild, too, is it doesn't really matter what we're doing, and whenever we get together, everybody just has fun doing whatever we're doing and screwing around. That, we could have an event of, let's go stand in this spot. And
that's how you know when you're in a good guild.
Yeah, someone's going to do something to goof off, and everyone's going to take off with it, and it's going to get nutty. So.
Yep, so that's what I enjoy about it.
Good.
It was fun either way. Anytime we get together, it's fun. Plus, look at all the comments on your post. I mean.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is beyond people just being nice. I think people actually had a good time. So that's good.
You worry too much.
Well, that's my thing. That's my shtick. Dungeon run. We do guild weekly dungeon run, which is happening as we speak. So not as you're listening, but as we're recording. So you missed it. And Sunday,
Sunday
might be a really tough run.
What?
We're going.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to edit that quick. It's going to be done. Like Sunday, RK is going to participate in our WW with our Tuatha Alliance for the first time. We kind of just usually go out and do an RK WW thing, but there's a larger coordination going on. I'm excited about it. I don't want to give out, I guess I gave out the day, but, I don't want to give out, times and stuff. So if you're in the guild and you want to check it out, check out the forums. For the time of it, and come hang out and be a part of that. Because I don't know how much of that stuff should be secret. Do you?
Well, our alliance is out pretty much every day, so
they're there anyway.
What day it is?
Yeah.
The event is actually, we're just going to make a concerted effort to actually join the group that's out there and get on their raid call and everything, and have some fun with them.
That'll be great, because I really. I'm disappointed in the lack of support for alliances. You can't have an alliance chat. I think that's crucial.
Yes, and I mean, I think Guild Wars 2 has failed on guild mechanics and alliance mechanics. Obviously, alliance because there is nothing.
Yeah.
But guild mechanics, I mean, basic stuff that we're all used to, like a guild calendar. What you would think would be in Guild Wars, but. Mm-hmm. Some of that stuff is disappointing to me.
It really amazes me how much they took or were inspired by Dark Age and don't have Alliance chat in there. It's just boggling.
Exactly.
Well, not just that, but I was talking about this the other day in guild chat. Remember the Herald? And you could go to
that was so ahead of its time.
Yes.
You could go to your guild, and your guild had a web page. And not only that, but each person was clickable. You saw all of their crafting. You saw all of their RVR points because there was an RVR ranking system. You could see who was your top 10 RVR rank people, who your top crafters were in every area, and you could see who had been online in the last. Everything was color coordinated. You could see your top infiltrators, and you could like sort it that way. And that was wonderful to me, like as a guild leader at the time, because then I could check that at work and be like, oh, we got a new 400 level, craft, like that would be the equivalent here, 400 level crafting and, Taylor. And I could go and like just send a quick, oh, grats to somebody because I noticed. Or if someone was applying to my guild, I would type in their character name on our, under our server and check like, because it says here you're still guilded with so-and-so. And because I'm, in DOC, you didn't guild hop like that. I thought I'm kind of against that. Like, leave your guild on its own. Don't shop around before you leave your guild, is my opinion. But, so.
And that was over a decade ago.
I know, I'm old. This is what I talk about. I talk about the good old days.
Not necessarily that. That was a decade ago, and
all
every other game since then should have something like that.
And no game since then has had the Herald. Like, it's always been external, community things that had to do stuff like that.
Well, WoW had the armory at some point, but it wasn't even wasn't anything like that.
It wasn't even close.
Say, hey, look at my person on my phone.
Well, I think what it was is, as I'm dropping a beer cap, sorry. I think what it was is they had more emphasis on community back then. Mm-hmm. And so they actually had a group of community developers that just ran that. And that was kind of their, part of their selling point, where the games nowadays don't concentrate as much on community. Like, for instance, Guild Wars 2, before it came out, before they had their forums and everything pre-release, they're just like, yeah, we're just letting the community sites do it. There wasn't a community team that was really gathering the community together and, having a community site and, that type of thing, which I miss personally.
Yeah. Well, Sonia Weathers was the community coordinator over DOC and at the time, and she was very passionate about having that guild support. And I think that drove a lot of those things to get developed. And I'm just surprised no one, none of the MMOs since then has like seen that as important since then.
Yeah, devs have lost sight of that, which is sad.
Winter's Day music is available on SoundCloud, and you can download it for free.
For free?
For free.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
cool.
And I put it in my iTunes, and I've been listening to it.
Can you download Tick saying I'm having a stormgasm?
No.
Even if you could,
not.
Nobody wants to.
It sounds so creepy when he does that. It's so awful.
He sounds like Booger from Revenge of the Nerds when he says it.
You said that the other night. That's exactly what it
Nerds.
Check out the Order. I don't know who writes that.
I don't know, but it's a nice website.
Order.tumblr.com. ORRATOR. Get it? Order.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's like
Tumblr.
an old-timey newspaper look, and it's like the blog is like as if it were a newspaper in the game. So the articles are written from like that perspective. And it's pretty awesome.
Wouldn't it be really cool if someone did, like when these dub like matchups ended, where they were able to take like clips of all the fights and put them together as like a World War II newsy?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Go get them, boys.
Happen. But that would be awesome.
You could do that.
You think I haven't thought about that? Like every night?
You could totally do that.
Because I'm having sex with my wife?
He doesn't have sex with his wife every night. He's married.
Hoping we wrap this up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Nothing?
Oh, we did have a mailbag. Shit.
We did?
We did. I forgot to put it in there. It's from Sark, which is one of our guildies. And hey, sexy Ravencasters, Felicia Day is a deserving gamer queen. Oh, wait. Actually, wait. I forgot. I'm now going to read. There's a new way I'm going to read mail.
Okay, how's that?
Oh, it's
That's
terrible.
awesome.
Go for it. If you're talking about Felicia Day, go for it.
Yeah, this is how this is going to be. Sark says, hey, sexy Ravencasters. Felicia Day is a deserving gamer queen. She created her own Excalibur when she made the guild. So she's her own watery tart that lobbed herself a scimitar? Scimitar? What is that?
Scimitar?
Scimitar.
Scimitar? I don't know how to say things. I'm sure you guys can do something dirty with that. No, we can't even say it. Sad that I've been too busy to play more than 30 minutes or so this past week. What are your guys' thoughts on the winter event so far? Oh, we covered that. He doesn't listen. He didn't listen to the podcast. Anyway, cheers and, of course, total love for the continued production of great episodes. Minus the one that Zoe lost. Cheers. Sark. Thanks, Sark.
Thanks for that audio message. That's his voice.
That's his voice. That's his actual voice.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Sark.
Thanks, Sark.
And because of your horrible voice, your opinion of Felicia Day is invalid.
Yeah, we reject it.
Ack, what's your opinion on Felicia Day?
My opinion?
No, Ack.
Oh.
Hot.
Yeah, she's awesome.
No.
I love her. Did
No.
you not see Dr. Horrible?
Yeah, I did.
She's awesome.
I barely remember her.
No, I actually,
I remember
She's like
everyone
the
else
main
but
point.
her.
she's cute and everything, but if you actually watch her on panels and whatnot at cons or whatnot, just sounds like stuck up. You know, she's getting that kind of, stuck up vibe, and I just don't really like
She's
her anymore.
nerd famous.
She is looked up to by the nerd community because of what the nerd community is stereotypically is.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Okay.
Your average nerd,
Those are the nerds?
huh?
Really? I'm like thinking she's looked up by people who are, people think that she's looked up by classic nerds, which kind of, to me, goes along with Big Bang Theory is for us.
Sure.
And, okay, Big Bang Theory, I've watched some episodes, it's fine, but that's not like my friends.
No.
That's like making fun of nerds.
It's
To a degree.
community. Community is your home.
Community is more actual, like what I think of as,
Geeks.
I think.
Anyway, you broke it. Yeah, you broke everything. No one wants to hear this anymore.
But she's overrated. She sucks. It's fine.
You guys hate her so much.
I don't hate her. I agree with the overrated aspect. I think that I just don't get why people put her on a pedestal.
I like her. I think she's
Don't
adorable.
put the pussy on a pedestal.
I watched, I don't know, ever since the first guild I saw, I'm like, she's awesome. I don't know, she's cool.
She's mediocre.
Yeah, she's not a good actress.
No.
Yeah, when you see her in other stuff, she really isn't a good regular actress.
I didn't say she's a good actress. I just said I like her. All right.
You know what? She might be a very viable person to go hang out with.
I don't think so. I think she's a snob.
I like the Money Pit.
That's my answer. That is my response to
Tom
that.
Hanks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's my response to this.
I like the money pit. Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I think Sark broke it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, Ravenkin fans, your emails can also be made fun of if you send them to info.ravenkin@gmail.com.
We'll read them. And we'll tell you how correct you are about Felicia Day. And
Incorrect.
He said scimitar.
why can't you just say sword? Damn.
Because it's a scimitar.
That's the name of it.
Scimitar thing.
Everyone knows that.
I didn't know. Oh, but the thing is, like, I got these cool, for my guild gift, I got the cool, like, raven skull shoulder things, for my, and I got the for the light armor
ones.
So cool. But the problem is, I totally picked out the crafted shadow armor, because I thought that would go good with it, with the look of that. The light one, it's like all like, it's almost like barbaric, where it's like torn, like, wool and leather and tribal looking, and the helm on that specifically is like the skull with the horns on it, and I'm like, that will be awesome with the the raven skull shoulder things. But the helm, when you put it on, the helm skin,
covers the shoulders.
it covers the shoulders, and I want that helm with the raven shoulder. So I'm bummed. So now I'm going off to Deseo Plateau to get just a hood from a Karma vendor. Right now I just got to complete a heart so I can get the Karma Armor Set 1 from Zalvak's Broken Claw. It's just a regular old hood looking thing, but I think it'll look decent with that same armor set. So I'm bummed.
Wah wah.
Boo hoo. If anyone like wants to give us tips, valuable pro tips, yeah,
Shit.
on how to do like a Twitch show. Like we downloaded Twitch, and Slurms and I were messing with it one day, and we didn't know what we were doing. And we don't know how to like get it to record, like get the podcast recorded on audio, and then just do like a YouTube of that. We want it to be as easy as possible because we don't want to put a lot of time into it. So if anyone can send us like the super easy tips on how to do that with the least amount of work and effort, we will gladly start doing some video things and do live things. But anyway, we have a Zazzle account, so it's in the show notes. It's like www.zazzle.com/RavenKast, but that's not the main one.
Nope, it'd be www.zazzle.com/Ravenkin *. That'll get you to the main page.
Okay, and there's guild-related stuff there, so if you're in the guild and you want to support the guild, that's awesome. The proceeds go to running the guild site, I would assume?
Guild site, Mumble, prizes, all sorts of stuff.
All that stuff. And there's now Zendetta does the wonderful artwork for the merchandise, and she does custom stuff too. And she will put like most images on almost any product that's available through Zazzle. But now we have our own RavenKast shirts, and she's got like 2 styles out there and they're both awesome. It's just, God, I love it. I want the aqua one. Pink's pretty cool. There's pink. There's white. I mean, you want to go that route. There's gray. But the aqua one, I think I'm going to go.
Yeah, her design on that RavenKast one was spectacular. I love that thing.
Perfect. Oh my God, I love it. So, yeah, I'll probably use that as an image for the show. And link that in the show notes. So check that out if you're a fan. Yay, you could have a shirt too. I think we're done here. Let's go play.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Now I understand why you're giggling so much. Sometimes you hear the podcast and it's like, why is she giggling? Oh, she edited that part out. Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of chops.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed it.
Ravenkin is a casual Guild Wars 2 guild fighting for Sanctum of Raw. The views expressed in this podcast are the personal and official views of the specific RK members in the podcast. Our views should not be misrepresented as the official views of anyone or anything else. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to info.ravenkin@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at ravenkin.enjin.com.